Our first recipe this week is going to be beef stroganoff. Now, I know I have a lot of beef stroganoff recipes and everybody usually has a favorite, but this is mine. It is very flavorful and super simple. Two of my favorites. So the first thing I'm going to do is put in our soup. This is a golden mushroom soup. I'm going to use some chopped onions. We add little water, Worcestershire sauce, and then a pound of cubed beef stew meat. We're going to cook this for 8 hours, but after 7.5 hours, we're going to stir in some sour cream. I use about 4 ounces. Mix it until it's combined. If it needs a little more time, just put the lid back on and leave it for that last 30 minutes. Served it over egg noodles, usually every time. Absolutely delicious. I hope you give this one a try. If you have a favorite beef stroganoff recipe, be sure to put it in the comments. I'd love to try yours too. I planned this the day we came home from our weekend getaway in the mini camper, and I heated up the oven to 375 degrees. You take 1 can of enchilada sauce, anyone you like. It can be green or red, mild or spicy, and then you take the frozen burritos and lay them in the casserole dish. You cover it with the 2nd can of enchilada sauce and then spread your cheese of choice over the top. Now, I cover my casserole dish to put it in my oven. I have a countertop oven that I keep outside the camper so it doesn't heat the camper up in the summer. And then after 30 minutes I take the foil off of the top, or the cover off, and then leave it in the oven until that cheese gets nice and browned, and then you have dinner. I did have rice cooking at the same time. We served ours on rice. You can do that if you want, but that is optional. Absolutely delicious and so very simple, and these are ingredients that you can keep on hand for any time you need a fast meal. Should I say fast and delicious? Coming up, I'm going to show you our finished plates and our ingredients for the recipe. Now, each one of these recipes will have ingredients at the end of their clip, but I will have a link in my description box below that will take you to my blog, and on there you will find all the ingredients and all the recipe directions. This chicken cobbler recipe was delicious. I think I found it on Facebook, but I used my Ninja Foodie crockpot thingamajig, forgotten the correct name, sorry, as an oven. So I put in an insert, put the butter in there, and turned it on to 375. I'm making up the Cheddar Bay biscuit mix per the directions in the recipe, and then we're going to layer this and get it baking. This calls for shredded rotisserie chicken. I didn't have a rotisserie chicken at the time, so I just took some chicken breasts and boiled them with some chicken broth, and then shredded it with my hand mixer, and it's waiting for me now. Now butter has melted, and we start layering with the shredded chicken. Next, our frozen veggies, and then we're going to pour the biscuit mix over the chicken here. And lastly, we whisk together our soup and our stock, and then pour that over the top, but do not stir it. You bake it in the oven uncovered until it's very golden brown. It's about 45 minutes. You'll know when it's ready. Here it is all done and nicely browned. Here it is served up. I just did some steamed broccoli on the side. It was absolutely delicious. I was surprised how nicely mine browned, considering I was using it in this type of oven, but it was beautiful. I hope you give it a try. Let me know how yours turns out. I made this recipe quite some time ago, but just had not shared it, so I'm adding it to this collection because it was so good. I had just cut up a pork loin. I buy half pork loins and cut them up into pork chops. So I just reserved this bowl, put it in the refrigerator, and found this recipe online. I think it was Facebook again. I'm finding quite a few on there. Anywho, all you do is set the skillet to medium-high heat with a little oil, and then season your pork chops with taco seasoning. So I did that on both sides and just sprayed the little oil on there to hold it onto the pork chop. We're going to turn them over and then season the other side, and then you want to cook these until they're browned, about 5 to 7 minutes. Now I'm adding some salsa and then some peach preserve. You get that mixed all up and then cover it and just let it simmer for about 10 minutes. Make sure, of course, that your pork is cooked to at least 145. And I have put some other temperatures in the directions on the blog. This I served with rice and we really enjoyed it. I don't know what happened to this footage. I must have put it in a file and just forgot about it as I did the recipe, and I found it and I said, you know what, this has got to go on rotation. It's so simple and so good. Do give this one a try. The flavor is amazing. Well, I hope you enjoyed these recipes this week. I'm currently working on some freezer meals. If you're interested in those, they should be coming up either next Friday or the Friday after. I'd like to put together how to make them and then showing the finished plate after it's cooked. But I want to wish everybody a fantastic week. I'll see you on Friday. If you made it to the end, please put a sunshine emoji in the comments. Love you guys.